thank you for joining me for your October 2015 forecast for the month. It's a beautiful California day. I wanted to start this forecast with thanking you for choosing me to read for you all through the month and for your loyal support with my YouTube channel in subscribing and liking and sharing these posts, as well as my Facebook page, Audrey Alison, Astrology and Tarot. And I wanted to thank people for donating as well. When I started my website, I did not put a donate button on the website, but I was contacted by a woman in a little town called Manchester by the Sea who had asked me to create a donation button because she did not want a reading, but she wanted to support the business. So I wanted to give her a special shout out. And I also want to thank the rest of you who have been donating. It really shows me such an amazing presence of gratitude and generosity from the viewers. I'm very grateful for your support. Let's start October. We have a Venus transit, and that is on the 8th of October. Venus finally exits Leo after a 4-month stay, including a retrograde in that sign, and she enters Virgo through November 8th. Now Venus, the planet of love and money, will be impacting your 10th house of career and status and title and recognition. It's the highest point on the astrological wheel next to the midheaven. And Venus is providing you with an increase of promotion, a retirement, some elevation in this 10th house of career that I think is long overdue for you, Sagittarius. On the following day, on the 9th, Mercury finally goes direct at 0 degrees of Libra. He went direct or retrograde at the 15-degree mark. He officially clears his shadow at that 15-degree mark on the 23rd, the evening of the 23rd. So this will be direct communications and forward motion in the 11th house of goals and wishes, your social sector, your groups and clubs and organizations that you're affiliated with. More communication, more clients, more contact with friends in the current. Maybe you Sagittarians have heard from people from the past through that 3-week retrograde. But you have more of a focus to your goals at this time, and you can now take action going forward. Officially, he'll go direct on the 9th. The 24th, the 23rd in the evening will be the shadow clearing energy of his, but it's safe. It's safe after the 9th. On the 11th, we have an aspect that I would love to discuss because it impacts the remainder of October, including some of November. And it is the Jupiter-Pluto trine at an exact 13 degrees. Jupiter stationed in Virgo along with Venus and Mars will trine harmoniously Pluto stationed in Capricorn. And this actually affects the 2nd house of finance, money, possessions, Sag. So there is money to be had. There is promotion for the taking, and considering the energy of Venus conjunct Jupiter, this is beautiful expansion. This is luck. It's also money in the 2nd house and the 10th house. This trine could not happen in a better part of the financial sector for you, Sagittarius. So you might be discovering that you're doing something new as far as responsibilities in the career, but you're getting paid what you deserve is the clincher here with this trine. Our new moon on the 12th of October is at 19 degrees of Libra, conjunct that direct Mercury. In the 11th house, new friendships, new goals, new intentions, new wishes, new manifestation in the social club sectors. What are you affiliated with? What new groups do you want to join? Sagittarius, there's an opening for you for a new membership or a new contact, a new friendship that could maybe even guide you to that career. Maybe there's some influence regarding the people you know and the 10th house of career. On the 15th and 16th consecutively, Mars joins the party with Jupiter at an exact 13 degrees. So Mars is following Jupiter around, conjunct, but sitting on top of this planet's energy. Direct alignment at this trine. Mars, I'm referring to him as the younger brother with a lot of anxiety, a lot of anxious energy, and Jupiter's just the jovial uncle that has extra chocolates in his pocket. And Mars creates this action and drive and energy next to Jupiter's luck and expansion and optimism and faith and happiness. Trining Pluto in your money sector, in your career sector. Sagittarians are moving forward in their elevation as far as work and what you're doing for a living and what you're receiving from it. Success is the theme. I feel like I'm going to pull the Sun card for you, success cards. On the 17th, Mars and Jupiter are at an exact 14 degrees together. They are just hand in hand, this theme together. They're riding around this sector together for you, trining the intensity of Pluto in your second house of resources, second house of possessions, second house of things that you own, the second house of self-worth and your own value. The moon joins Pluto on the 19th at 13 degrees of Capricorn, trining Mars at 15 degrees of Virgo, Jupiter at the 14 degree mark of Virgo, and Venus at the 9 degree mark of Virgo. So it's a lot of this earth energy, but when the moon is involved, it's your intuition conjunct your intensity of Pluto. So your instincts regarding career are super sharp on the 19th. So trust and heed what you instinctually feel first, not what the mind gets into processing, but what you actually are feeling your gut instinct is. On the 23rd of October, that's random. On the 23rd of October, the Sun enters Scorpio like he does every year. And this is in your very reflective, quiet, spiritual house, the 12th house of rest, the 12th house of spirituality and hidden secrets and psychic ability, the house of intuition. So the Sun is the life force, and it is actually stimulating the dream, the 12th house of dreams. Remembering your dreams is important now too, Sagittarius. So keep that notepad next to the bedside table. When the Sun enters Scorpio, he ignites Neptune in Pisces, creating eventually a water trine for a change. No more fire trine, and there's earth trine energies going on. So it's the water and the earth. And on the 27th, we have our full moon. The moon transits very quickly every 2 to 3 days. And this full moon is a super moon at 3 degrees of Taurus, creating a grand earth trine between Taurus in the 6th house, Jupiter in the 10th house, and Capricorn, Pluto in the 2nd house. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the earth energy, the 2nd house of income, 6th house of work and daily routine and health and your regimen, how you're spending the hours of your day at work, and the 10th house of promotion and career. This full moon is a super moon closest to the earth in direct alignment with the sun and the earth. And we will not receive another supermoon until April of 2016, and that's a new moon. So it won't be visible like this supermoon will be. And this is the last one of this year, last one until April of next year. So that is a magnificent energy towards Halloween. And on Samhain, on Halloween, the 31st, the veil is the closest, the thinnest, and most accessible to other planes. We will experience a grand water trine because the moon that transits very quickly enters Cancer, and the sun will be in Scorpio and Neptune is in Pisces, as well as Chiron. But this grand trine is affecting your very psychic houses, 4th, 8th, and 12th. The house of home, the house of the environment, the house of shared resources and spirituality and intuition. I really want to get to the cards, but this will, you're a fire sign, but everything else, there's a lot of water and a lot of earth, so this will balance you out a little bit, Sagittarius. I'm paying homage in these readings. I'm using the Rider-Waite deck, just a simple crisscross design on the back. I retrieved this from the French Quarter, and Rider-Waite normally gets the credit for creating the original tarot deck, but I am paying homage to Pamela Coleman Smith, the female illustrator and artist that actually created this deck in the early 1900s. She was born in February 16th, on the 16th in 1878 in London, England, and she traveled to Brooklyn, New York to study at the Pratt Institute of Theater and Artistry, and she traveled in between London, Brooklyn, and Kingston, Jamaica to gather her worldly experiences. And in 1903, she joined the Order of the Golden Dawn, which is mostly known for members such as Aleister Crowley, regarding mysticism and spirituality and the occult and darker realms that we are probably into today on YouTube, or just, you know, the hidden realms. I don't want to say dark, because there are people that do this for the purpose of light, like myself. But this is something that, you know, a lot of people don't believe in. I use air quotes because having intuition and the ability to channel is a natural given ability to everyone. It's just a matter of process, commitment, and acknowledgement, and the desire to have it and to work on it. But Pamela Coleman Smith, and I'm going to take a moment, and as I am in every reading, to discuss her briefly before I get to the cards. I'll read from it. She, under the guidance of Arthur Waite in 1909, was called to undertake for a token of payment a series of 78 allegorical paintings described by Waite and rectified as a tarot pack. The designs were published in the same year by William Rider and Son, Rider and Waite. They exemplify the mysticism, ritual, imagination, fantasy, and deep emotions of the artist. Despite the occasional art shows and favorable reviews by critics, the continued slow sales of Pamela's works and rejections by commercial publishers left her deeply disappointed. She never married. She had no children. She had no known heirs except for an elderly female companion that shared her flat in London. And she died on September 18th, 1951, which is actually today, September 18th. And I had not planned that. Just coincidental, if you believe in coincidence. She died penniless and obscure. There was no funeral procession to honor her life. And there was no memorial service to touch upon the impact her work would one day have upon millions of admirers. This is an assumption, but they say she died disappointed that her paintings and writings failed to achieve success, yet she never stopped believing in herself. Pamela Coleman Smith would all but be forgotten except for these 78 tarot paintings known as the Rider-Waite Tarot Pack. She would no doubt be astonished and gladdened to know that today the deck touches the hearts and emotions of millions of people. And I'd just like to show her face again. I'm getting emotional every time I read it. I can't help it. It's a very raw story, and the illustrations on these cards have never changed from 1909. So they've gotten brighter in colors depending on how they're replicated, but this is her work, and I am honoring her today in these readings. And let's see what comes up for Sagittarius for October. And if you'd like to read with me, I'm at Audrey Alison, Astrology and Tarot. I'm also appearing as a third-time special guest on October 15th, the Goddess Alive radio show, where I take callers live on the air for an hour. And more information will be provided on my Facebook page for that, at the call-in number as well, and that's at Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot on Facebook. Sagittarius, here are your cards for October. Temperance, this is your card. This is the card that represents, I'm feeling it. This is the card that represents Sagittarius out of all 78 in the deck. This is your card, and it's moderation, patience, balance, timing, beauty, and the divine path, divine timing. Also, watching what you are imbibing as well, moderation in all facets. The Ten of Wands, the burden that you might feel walking this path. You see in back of every Temperance card, there's this little path that leads to the sun. I felt I might get some sun energy from you. We'll see what else comes up. You are in the process of releasing some burdens, and I do believe that these trines, these harmonious energies, will work for you, especially regarding the career. The Ace of Pentacles, career energy, a new source of health and wealth. 6th house, where Taurus is located. the moon, the full moon. The Ace of Pentacles is promotion. It's the reward. It's the hand-given, the God-given gift of rescue financially. It's financial support, but it's also a new means of support. Ooh, and the 9 of Cups. This is the wish card. The 11th house of wishes and goals, where Mercury goes direct in Libra, as well as the new moon. The house of wishes. What are you wishing for? Very positive card. And I believe it's going to be about money for you. And the 6 of Wands. This is promotion. This is accolades. This is reward, honor, respect, award, achievement. Fire card. Taking action now that Mercury is direct. Taking action towards your goal and your wish with modesty, with balance, not racing, but releasing the pressure of having to accomplish this right away. This is going to be given to you, handed to you. You deserve it. The 2nd and 10th and 6th house, all of the work areas and what you earn and your value is hit with the Jupiter-Pluto trine that will be in effect even through November. So Sagittarius, I really appreciate you taking the opportunity to listen to me. I want you to realize that what you think about can be manifested as long as there's positive intentions behind it. And I'm hearing that for those of you who have way too much on your plate right now, you need to focus on one thing. The 10th, you maybe have too many irons in the fire, too many rods on your back. Sisyphus walking uphill and having everything roll back down on him. Release some of these projects or burdens. Focus on one goal at a time is the message I'm receiving, because then they can all be fulfilled. You see that? You see how every rod here turns to one accomplishment, and then all the cups can be filled equal to the rods? It's like you need to focus on one thing at a time to get your honor and respect. I feel like promotion is coming to you, and there's a step up in the career sector for sure. Focus on positivity, and remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.